Reporting live from Hyper Clubhouse in Atlanta for Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson. Well, Katt Williams is at it again. Ever since Diddy's arrest, the comedian has been relentless in his jokes about the music mogul and the headlines that have followed. First, in one of his shows, he would mention the 1,000 bottles of baby oil allegedly seized from one of his homes. Then in another, he would joke about the incompetence of Diddy's lawyer. Now, in this new clip from that same performance, the comic has taken aim at celebrities that have gone to Diddy's parties in the past.
You know how many celebrities went to Diddy's house thinking they was finna dance? How does that feel? You a grown-ass man. You gotta leave Diddy's party like that. You can't even sit down in the car. You gotta drive all the way home, standing up. Whew. Can't roll the window down. You roll the window down, that breeze hit that open ass hole and start blowing and ships start sailing.
Before we get into this story, I have to remind you all that elections are about putting people in office who will fight for you. People who will stand on business about the issues that are important to you. Climate change is increasing, natural disasters like hurricanes and floods that are devastating communities, especially communities of color. We need urgent action. On behalf of HBCU Green Fund, get out and vote to ensure your voice is heard and your values are represented. Vote early or on Election Day on November 5th. The clip was reshared by the Art of Dialogue on Twitter and would instantly cause a conversation on the social media platform. One online user would respond to that video by quoting Katt from his infamous interview with Shannon Sharpe on Club Shay Shay. The user would write, "You gotta tell him no." Of course, this would be in reference to saying no to Diddy when he asked you to party. After seeing the clip, another social media user would write, "If the last laugh was a person." Another user would jokingly respond with, "He been waiting for this moment ever since he turned one of them parties down." One more social media user would write, "If Katt Williams has known for years what goes on when you hang out with Diddy, all the celebrities that have gone MIA all of a sudden definitely had knowledge." Just last month, Diddy was arrested in New York City, currently facing charges of sex trafficking and racketeering, and has now been hit with 120 new lawsuits from additional accusers. The most recent developments in the story report that Combs' mother, Janice Small Combs, would defend her son in a statement, claiming Diddy is not the monster the media has painted him to be. "I come to you today as a mother that is devastated and profoundly saddened by the allegations made against my son, Sean Combs. It is heartbreaking to see my son judged not for the truth, but for a narrative created out of lies. To bear witness to what seems to be like a public lynching of my son before he has had the opportunity to prove his innocence is a pain too unbearable to put into words. Like every human being, my son deserves to have his day in court, to finally share his side, and to prove his innocence." Combs' mother would also address the 2016 video featuring Diddy assaulting Cassie. She would go on to explain that although her son wasn't completely truthful about this specific incident, she would continue to ask for grace on behalf of her son. "Sometimes the truth and a lie become so closely intertwined that it becomes terrifying to admit one part of the story, especially when that truth is outside the norm or is too complicated to be believed. This is why I believe my son's civil legal team opted to settle the ex-girlfriend's lawsuit instead of contesting it until the end, resulting in a ricochet effect as the federal government used this decision against my son, interpreting it as an admission of guilt. Not being entirely straightforward about one issue does not mean my son is guilty of the repulsive allegations and the grave charges leveled against him. Many individuals who were wrongfully convicted and later exonerated had their freedom taken from them, not because they were guilty of the crimes they were accused of, but because they didn't fit the image of what this society considered to be a good person. Watching the world make jokes and laugh at my son's life crumbling before our eyes is something I can never forget. It is truly agonizing to watch the world turn against my son so quickly and easily over lies and misconceptions, without ever hearing his side of affording him the opportunity to present his side. These lies thrown at him are motivated by those seeking a financial gain and not justice. These individuals saw how quickly my son's civil legal team settled his ex-girlfriend's lawsuit. So they believe they can receive a quick payday by falsely accusing my son. False allegations of sexual assault thwart true victims of sexual violence from getting the justice they deserve. Now, while Katt Williams has been vocal when it comes to Diddy, it seems like very few comedians and entertainers have followed suit with their own jokes and commentary regarding this high-profile case. Attorney for the new accusers, Tony Busby, has stated many high-profile celebrities will be named in the upcoming cases, which could be one reason why so many of them have decided to remain silent during this time. Paparazzi would catch up with Kevin Hart in the streets of Los Angeles, where they would ask Hart about the parties he's hosted for this disgraced mogul. Over the last week, old footage has gone viral featuring Hart behind the microphone at what looks like one of Diddy's infamous parties. When Hart was asked about his experience, his response was, "You're asking the wrong person, the wrong question."
Posted for Diddy. Did you catch any baby oil?
I asked the wrong person the wrong question. That's like your question. Wrong person, wrong question.
More and more celebrities are continuing to distance themselves from Diddy as pictures and videos from those wild nights start to come to light. It looks like French Montana, who's reported to be a close friend of Diddy, has zero pictures of the two of them on his Instagram, with many assuming his profile has been wiped clean. Also in recent news, Leonardo DiCaprio is another high-profile name who would distance himself from accusations and allegations after pictures from the late 90s and early 2000s showcased the actor partying with Combs. So, what do you guys think about Katt Williams' continuous jokes involving Sean Diddy Combs and his ongoing legal troubles? Let us know in the comments below. Stay up to date with the latest news and comedy by subscribing right here to our YouTube channel. Check out Hypers Club for all your cool and original merchandise and content. And for our YouTube viewers, if you like this story, send us a super thanks by hitting the button below, and you can tip us what you want to show your support. And remember, no matter how much entertainment is out here, your vote is your voice. On behalf of HBCU Green Fund, get loud about issues that impact your community. Vote early or on Election Day on November 5th. Reporting live from Hyper Clubhouse in Atlanta for Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson.